Hello and welcome to this R tutorial. So now it's time for the fun part. I can't wait to show you the training set results and the test set results. So let's start to build the graphs. So the first thing we're going to do is to import the ggplot2 library, which is a very good way of plotting something in R. So I'm going to import it. But before importing this library, there might be some of you who are starting R for the first time. So if we go to our packages here, you can see that the ggplot2 library is here on my RStudio, but it might not be the case for you and that would mean that the ggplot2 library is not installed on your R. So just for those of you for which it's the case, I'm going to install ggplot2 library. So we have to use this command install packages here, and then in parentheses we add ggplot2, ggplot2. Then we select this, press Command or Control plus Enter to execute. And here right now you can see it's installing the library, and that's done. So that's the message you should be obtaining when you install a package. Now it should be appearing in your library, so mine is here. And we are ready to start plotting the graph. I'm just going to put that in comment. So Command Shift plus C, now it's in comment because once it's installed we don't need to install it again. Okay, so now let's start to plot our training set results graph. So first thing we need to do, as you can see, the ggplot2 library is not selected here, so we will need to select it. But we want to automate all this if we want to use simple linear regression on another dataset. So we will just type here library, then in parentheses the name of the library, not in quote actually, ggplot2. And as you can see, if I select this line and execute, here you see that it's not selected, and if I execute, it's selected. Here we just have a suggestion to type suppress package startup messages to eliminate package startup messages. Well, that's not very important. You can execute that if you don't want the package startup messages, but that's okay. So I'm just going to enlarge this. Okay, and now like for this course, the approach we will be taking to build this graph with ggplot2 is going to be a step-by-step approach, because we are first going to plot all the observation points in the training set. Then we're going to plot the regression line, and then we're going to add a title, and then a label to the x-axis and a label to the y-axis. So you know it's going to be step by step. First the observation points, then the regression line, then the title, then the labels. Okay, so let's start with the observation points. So generally to introduce a plot in ggplot, we start by typing ggplot parentheses. All right, and then that's when we start to build step by step the little components of our graph. And since we're adding each component one by one, we're going to separate each of these components by a plus. So let's go for the first component, plus here. I will press enter, and here we go for the first component. So the first component are the observation points. So very intuitively we are going to write geom underscore point. All right. So we are going to use this function of ggplot to scatter plot all our observation points of the training set. So the first thing that we need to do is to precise which are going to be the x-axis and the y-axis. And that's in the aesthetic function, which we call AES. So that's the function that will take as input the x variables and the y variables. So the x variables is our years experience variable, that means the number of years of experience. That's what we want to have in the x-axis. And the y variable will be our salaries, but the real ones, not the predicted ones yet. So therefore, we're going to add in parentheses x equals, and then we're going to put all our years of experience. But be careful, we want to take the years of experience of the observations in a training set. So here we'll just have to specify training set dollar and then years experience. So that means that we are taking the years experience values of the observations in the training set. Okay, and now same for y, and here we do the same only with the salaries, which is here. Okay, and that plots all your observation points, the real ones, in the plot. Okay, so we could stop here, but we would like to add a color because we will want to make the distinction between the observation points and the regression line. to, you know, make a nice plot. So comma here, and then I'm gonna press enter to add a new argument of geonPoint, because this can be a little confusing here. We have a comma here and a comma here. This comma here is just to separate the x and the y in the aesthetic function, and this comma here is to separate the first argument and the second argument of the geonPoint function. So the second argument is color, and let's pick red. I usually like to have my observation points in red, but you know, that's just my taste. If you have some other taste, you're welcome to choose your favorite color for the observation points. Okay, so that's it for the geonPoint. With this geonPoint part here, we are plotting all the observation points of our training set.